Hello everyone, I'm Jordan Lee, and in today's video, most of you viewers might remember our Holocaust and then the Israel and Hamas conflict videos that we did that touched base on anti-Semitism, which you can check out both on our YouTube channel, because today's video is a follow-up to both conflicts as I spoke to a 99-year-old Holocaust survivor based on his experiences in the camps and then outside now where he lives and formed a band of survivors who together have found joy and happiness in comforting each other and forgetting about the past based on how to live a good life and how do we ourselves can get off social media too, as he pointed out, based in our generation. And now without further ado, here is a quick intro to what the survivor has taught me, as his name is Saul Dreer, along with his assistant, Justina, who's helped out and told me some stuff about her as well. Joining me now is Saul Dreer and his assistant, Justina, telling me all about the band and the Holocaust and based on what happened in the past. So welcome, you guys. Great to be with you all.
Hello.
Thank you.
All right. I just want to say, first of all, could you do me a favor and tell me, what was your background in the Holocaust, Saul? Could you explain?
What is your background about the Holocaust?
About the Holocaust, I was 14 years old when the war broke out in 1939, and I was liberated when I was 5 years old. So my background of the Holocaust is I was 5 years in hell.
Can you tell me what did they make you do? And like I asked another survivor when I was a kid back then, did you fight back?
Well, when I was 14 years old, the war broke out, and I was hiding a little bit, but mostly the German used to catch me and put me on the truck and bring me to the city to Idetus, to not cut the ice in the winter, snow in the winter. And that's how I survived for maybe a year, hiding, running, working, not eating. And after that, of course, they closed up my house and put us all into the ghetto. You know what the ghetto was? They closed us up in one space and they put in people, 5, 10 people into a room, they jam everybody together. And over there we were living without food, without anything. They had wires around us. They built walls around us. As a matter of fact, they got a wall there in Poland, and Krakow still exists from the ghetto. And over there, I was doing all kind of things. I was a young boy. I was 15 years old, and that's how I survived a year and a half. After that, I went to work into a school where the German was segregating all the that took from the ghetto. And I was like this working there in the school. I used to go from the ghetto in the morning to the school, and the evening go back to the ghetto to my family. They took away my mother in June 42. They took my mother, and I lost her. I know, till now, find out what happened. At that time, I didn't know. Also, they were building a big concentration camp a half a mile away from the school where I was working. And over there, they were bringing people from all over Europe. They had a factory where they were manufacturing uniforms for the army, of the German army. And over there, where they concentrate men and women. The women were working in the factories, and the men were working on the outside. They took a cemetery, a Jewish cemetery. They knocked down, and they were building a road on all those monuments that people had. As a matter of fact, my grandpa was buried there. And I was in this ghetto, this concentration camp. I must be at least a year and a half maybe. And from there, I was shipped to Schindler. But I didn't work in Schindler's factory. I was shipped to Schindler's concentration camp. It was not far away from the big one, from the Warsaw concentration camp. Over there, I learned how to weld, to be a welder. and I was welding, repairing radiators, oil and water radiators for the Messerschmitt. The Messerschmitt were the German planes that used to fight in the war. And from there, of course, they liquidated everything because the Russians were coming already, and they shipped horse with loaders up on cattle cars and sent horse to Auschwitz. But I didn't work out from the car. I was in the cattle car, except Schindler took his people, the 1,400 people that he saved, and we proceed until we arrived to Mauthausen, one of the very, very tough concentration camp in Austria. Over there, I was a few days, maybe a week, and then they shipped me to a different concentration camp. They shipped me to Linz. In Austria, there were a few concentration camps, and I know the name now. It was Melk, Ebensee, Steiger, Linz, and Mauthausen. I was in Linz, and over there I was working as a welder. In 1945, the American army was pulling in, and I got liberated.
Oh wow! So in long story short, to put this in a perspective that we can understand, basically, you were taken to a concentration camp, to multiple of them, and then they did a bunch of terrible things, obviously, to your family. And I'm so sorry to hear that in this background, that as you're saying. But then, who liberated you? The Americans or the Russians? Or Soviets, I should say.
Liberated you.
Before I was liberated, I lost my whole family. I lost a sister, father, mother, grandpa, uncles, cousin, approximately from both sides. My mother's side must have been about 25 people. So I was left over alone. I was liberated by the American army. I was wounded because I was working on the details. They were bombing. You see, I lost a finger. My hands are not exactly right. I have a shrapnel here, and I have a shrapnel in the head. I found out about the shrapnel in the head after 70 years.
Like they hit you with it? They beat you?
No, it was the bomb. The German or the American or the Russian were bombing. We were working on the railroad to repair the railroad, and I got hit.
Oh.
We were a detail of 100 people. 30 or 40 were killed right away. Some of them were very wounded and some light wounded. And we had to, the one that could walk, we walked back to the concentration camp.
And I can't believe they put you to work in all these things, and it was torture. That's the sad part about it. Very sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, sir. And now, moving forward, in this day and age today, we still deal with anti-Semitism. And what is both of your personal reactions to the situation on Israel and Hamas, the conflict? Do people don't learn to respect Judaism? And are people still continuing to hurt others because they feel like it's on purpose?
Well, I am not a politician. I'm far away to be a politician, but everybody's got an opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. My opinion is I'm fighting against the anti-Semitism. Why? Because you, me, we have one heart. So we can be superior from the other one. So why we fight? We should live in peace. Black, white, green, red, everybody. If this won't happen, there are always people going to fight, and I'm against it.
No one should deal with hate and fighting. That's for sure. I agree 100%. And of course, the situation dire right now, like, does it make you sad? Like when I was in Washington, when I visited the Holocaust Museum, there were people talking all about Israel, Hamas, and all these things, and they didn't want to like they were very sad, and it was a heavy topic. Do you think it's gonna help by discussing all this end hate and make peace?
Could you repeat that?
I can understand you bouncing off
something wrong is with the voice. I don't know. It's
Something is wrong with the voice. I can't understand you.
Hey, like, will talking about it help, end hate and make peace for us with Israel and Hamas, like talking about it?
yeah. A lot of people talking about Hamas.
Well, I tell you, Hamas is a different situation. My opinion. I'm not a politician. You have to
Okay.
understand that Hamas comes out from the roots. As a child, you become a Hamas because you're being recruited. But what happened? All the money that was coming, that the whole world was feeding the Arabic people in Gaza, the Hamas took it over and spent millions of dollars to build the tunnels to fight the Jewish people. And that's how it happened. Nobody knew about it. Everything was worse. Every day, every dollar that they're supposed to feed. That's why they had 2 million people that they have to feed and everything. And the money went only for concrete, for cement, to build the tunnels that were finally discovered 9 October the 7th.
That's really brutal. And in the end, like all of us know, Israel was founded in 1948 for a home for Jewish people. You saw it with your own eyes. I was not alive in 1948, but you saw it, Saul.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about Israel, how it's founded, I'll be very honest with you. I was living in Italy and I was working for the Jewish Immigration Office, so I know exactly what was going on. We're bringing people who suffered 5 years to a better country to enjoy life, to marry and have children, and that's how Israel became a country for itself. The whole United Nations was voted. Everybody was for it. So now why they fighting? Why they fighting? They're not going to wipe out Israel. But Israel is God, nobody knows, but they're very strong.
His son is living in Israel and grandchild.
Yes. I got a son was a pilot, a chief pilot and a captain in a big airlines in the United States. He moved to Israel. He's got a child. He's very happy there. He retired in Israel. So I can't talk about anything. That's why I'm not a politician. I talk about myself. I talk about my experience. I don't want to mix into politics because it's very dangerous.
That's okay, sir. That's okay. I'm happy you don't have to get into that detail. Also, now I want to get to something more happier. Like, why did you create this band and its purpose, and how can you be happy at age 99 like you? Because you are like a living Captain America who hasn't seemed to age, and you see the world for so long. You could tell me a whole life story, but it's just a saying. Like, how do you make yourself so happy at 99? That's what amazes me, even with this band of yours.
And this age, and you created the band.
Well, I tell you, when I was 90 years old,
almost
89, I saw on television on computer a woman passed away. She was 106 years old. She was a piano player and she was a Holocaust survivor. Yes, there was 350 million people in the United States. Nobody even thought about it. I came with the idea to put together my father was a musician, so I knew to put together a Holocaust survivor band. I gave it a name, and I woke up my wife and I told her the story. So she told me, "Sal, you crazy." This was on a Thursday. On a Saturday, I went to my clergy, and I told him the same story. So he said, "Sal, you retired 10 years. What do you need it for?" And he talked me out of it. But I was very ambitious. Something went to my heart to do it. It's something that the world didn't hear about it. I want to teach the world and everything. And I took a blank check, went to a store on a Monday, and I bought a set of drums. And I did, but I wasn't a drummer. I learned the drums to play when I was in a displaced person camp after the war. We want young people, boys and girls, we met every night, but we didn't have no instruments. So one morning, the commander of the camp, English officer, brought a piano and a set of drums. So he came in the evening, they put in this hall was to meet, dance, sing, and he asked who wants to play the piano. He had 10 volunteers. So he selected one. Then he asked who wants to play the drum. There was no volunteers. Finally, after maybe 5-10 minutes talking about it, I decided, and I said, I'm going to be the volunteer playing the drums.
And now he's better and better
now I'm playing the drums. I stopped when I came to the United States. I played the drums after that 3 years. When I came to the United States, I didn't touch the drums until I put together the Holocaust survivor band. And today, I'm the oldest Holocaust survivor man living as a musician in the United States, or maybe all over the world.
That's very interesting. And you told me
tomorrow we will fly to Washington.
In December the 13th, I was in the White House and I met the President of the United States, Mr. Biden. I had a beautiful session with him and he asked me, Mr. Dreyer, what else would you like me to do for you? So I said, I got 2 questions, Mr. President. First of all, I would like to bless you in Hebrew. And second of all, I would like to play with your band. President Biden doesn't bring nobody from the outside. He's got a Marine band in uniform that they play music, dancing music, marches, whatever they have to do, they play. And I didn't know about that. When we were walking out, I had an escort, a Marine, that was my escort, and Justina was with me. And the Marine stopped, and the music was sitting already. He handed me, he took from the drummer a set of sticks, handed to me. He said, Mr. Dreyer, what would you like to play? So I figured out we had a mixed audience, it was just before Christmas. So I decided I'm going to play a song that everybody knows about it. And I started to play with him, Hava Nagila.
Yeah, another dream came true.
There's another dream came true because the president made sure that I play with his orchestra. Then, of course, I blessed the president before. I put my hands over his head and said a prayer in Hebrew. I said only 3 words in English when I gave him the blessing. I said, President Biden and First Lady, Mrs. Biden. That's it. And I had a wonderful time. I tell you, this never happened every day for 2 people like this. This was, for me, this was the best thing ever happened in my life.
Yeah.
That's a very great story, sir, that you get to meet the president and then you bless him. Yes. And then this whole band that you started.
I play a song for him with his orchestra. Hava Nagila.
That's awesome. I was gonna also. I'm sorry, can you say it?
You see the drummer?
He's a drummer.
I got a practice drums here that I practice. I play every day.
Yes, and
I'm gonna be in April the 29th. I'm gonna be 99 years old.
Yes. Can you tell me, how do you live a happy life at 99? How do you keep busy? What's the way, the secret to happiness? Because I haven't learned that.
When I was 65 years old, they detected a tumor as big as a grapefruit in my stomach. I had cancer. So I had surgery. They took it out. Finally, when I came home, I did 3 things. I was smoking 3 packs a day cigarettes. I throw to the garbage. Whenever I came home from work, from my office in the evening, my wife had up for me half a glass of whiskey. I drank. And also, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in a prescription prescribed by the doctors. And I stopped it. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. and I took only vitamins, and I'm taking the vitamins until today. And this maybe help me. I don't know. God is the witness. Now, playing music, during the time now, I decided to put together a Holocaust survivor band, and also Justina came with the idea, she's my co-founder, to put together a foundation.
South Generation Foundation, and we are connecting the generation. And he loves spend time with teenager students. And next event, we will fly to Washington tomorrow. He will be with the student in Washington, have a speech and play the drums, sharing our goals, connecting teenager, talking about the Holocaust, his life, because he's a huge inspiration. That time, what is crazy life, you know, with the internet, social media, war. You just told about Israel and Ukraine next to Poland. He was born in Poland. I am from Poland. And after the COVID time, you know, it's very tough time for young people. And he's a huge inspiration, how deal with this and how we should live. And especially, you know, Sal, when his family went gone after the Second War, and now how he's living.
I'm being touched with what I do. They're calling me from all over the world. They're writing about me. I'm in the newspaper, on TV. I'm making concert. I 2 months ago I fractured a hip.
Yeah.
I had a surgery. And a hip. I had recuperated. I played already after I recuperated, after my therapy. I played already 3 concerts, and I'm booked ahead with maybe 6, 7 new concerts.
Yeah.
That's what I love. Maybe God helps me. Maybe people help me. But one thing I'm going to tell you, wherever I play, wherever I go, I repeat the same thing that Justina repeated to do. What I'm trying to do, we try to make the world much better than it is.
Yeah, and never again, yeah?
Never again. That's my logo. Whenever I come on the concert, by the end, I says, they repeat, never again. The people repeat, never again. Never again, never again. That's my logo.
That's
true. That means shouldn't happen what happened to me. Shouldn't happen no more.
Yeah, that we should respect each other, connect the generation. Like he told before, we have just one heart. Doesn't matter what color of skin we are, culture, country, we should respect each other and support.
Yes, and the world we live in right now today, in this era, and since I'm a Gen Z, I'm a Zoomer, nowadays you have people who only care about being on the phone, likes on Instagram, about me, myself, and I. They don't think about the real world of how people like you suffered, you saw everything. That's why I'm trying to change the world and tell all of you guys, we all should be kind to one another and work together. That's what we are doing, and I appreciate that a whole lot. Yeah. I really do.
Thank you so much what you are doing, and if somebody can check our website, want more about Sal, we have the website saldryer.com. It's more information about the foundation, and if somebody wants to support the foundation, because we have a lot of projects, we are creating lessons ready to use at schools. That is a huge inspiration, but we have to pay for producer and everything. We are working for like a charity, but we need money for creating the video and writing a book. And this is for us very important. It will be for the next generation, for the future.
Because the foundation is tax exempt. So anybody can donate, and we appreciate very much. I don't need the money. I won't take it with me. Justina doesn't need the money. She got her own business. But we want to help people. We want to help the young generation. People should know that existed the Holocaust. I want to keep it going. And also, I want to make sure that anti-Semitism and the fighting between people disappears.
Yeah, if somebody, for example, wants to see the video clip we created in Berlin, in Warsaw, Poland, in Israel, in United States, it's everything, it's YouTube.
And I want to tell our viewers that once again, the name of the website is called SaulsGenerationFoundation.com, correct?
No, the website is just the name and last name. It's SaulDryer.com.
Okay, thank you very much.
Foundation's got their own name, Saul's Generation Foundation.
Yeah, but everything is in the website.
In the website.
Yeah.
Saul's Generation Foundation.
Or SaulDryer.com.
Or SaulDryer.com.
No, Sal, we have just one website, it's SaulDryer.com. That's it. And in the YouTube, it's Saul Dryer. In the Facebook page, it's Saul's Generation Foundation.
That's great. That's interesting. And to leave out with a question I never asked you yet. So I was going to ask you back then, if you didn't wear your Star of David, what would the punishment be if you got caught right away? Out of curiosity.
Okay, could you repeat, Sal? Just listen.
If the Star of David wasn't worn, what would the punishment be for you back then? I never asked anyone that, but I was curious.
After the Star of David?
Yes, the yellow star.
The yellow star that I had. I don't look for punishment because I'm going to show you something else. I designed this with my concentration camp number, my name, and everything. You see?
Yeah, I will show. It's the hand of peace, like generation to generation, the hand, and our logo, it's hand too. And this is the Holocaust survivor, Saul Dryer, never again. And his number from the
concentration camp.
That's awesome, and that's epic. And Justina, for you, since you said you were Polish, I appreciate how your country and then the Germans, now everything you guys learn from the past. So never again we have a torture kind of session thing, because after what happened in Ukraine and Russia with that war, I'm seeing people flock over to those countries, and you guys are giving them open arms and helping each other.
Yeah,
because we do not want a situation like what happened over 80 years ago. Exactly. It's not prudent, it's unacceptable, and it's intolerable. I will not stand for this myself personally, but for you guys, I really appreciate what you've told me today, and I've learned a lot.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, you have the capacity. You spoke to us now. See how he can help our foundation. I appreciate very much.
Yeah, because we are creating a lot of materials for the future, that people will remember and maybe live a little different life with people not in the internet, with social media, that you told us with likes. I understand I am this generation, but real life, not in the internet.
Wherever we go and we play, I play my orchestra and I play concert, people love it. They can't stop singing, dancing, and everything. It means music makes your life better than fighting.
And it's the energy, not just watching on the screen.
Got it?
Got it, sir. And ma'am, thank you very much for you guys. I'm gonna stop the recording right now. My exclusive interview with Saul and Justina. As this is Jordan Lee saying to all of you, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on our future adventures. And don't forget, you can check out Saul Drier's website, as we said in the video during our meeting. And now, for all of you guys, have a wonderful day, and enjoy life, and make the best of it.